what is the connection between Bhutanese culture and Vajrayana Buddhism? I think I have kind of covered that by now. But just to give you the picture of Vajrayana, Tantra. Wow. We are talking about a big subject. Vajrayana or a Tantrayana. Tantra is a wisdom tradition coming from India, of course, from, originally. Tantra is basically, it's vast, it's deep, it's really, it's very simple in one way. Question number two, and the question number 7, I'm going to also do this together. Kindly explain on Vajrayana, Theravada, Mahayana in the simplest form, which is asking a bit too much, but let's do this. But first, Tantra, Vajrayana. In the Vajrayana, we think that all of us is like a ore, or like a, let's say you want to make a gold ring, bracelets, gold, shiny gold, But let's say you are a goldsmith and you are really experienced goldsmith or a gold merchant. So, and then I give you a kilo of ore, unpolished, raw. It looks dirty. It's not at all shiny. It's not at all what gold looks like in our mind. But if you are a goldsmith, a good one, and if you are a good gold merchant, if somebody gives you a kilo of ore, you will be as happy as you get a kilo of gold. You got that? So this is what the Vajrayana thinks. Vajrayana thinks, you and I, we don't look like a Buddha, do we? We don't act like, we don't think like, we don't behave like Buddha, but we are the ore. We are like that raw gold. Yes. So, how many people are here? 100? 100 plus? As a Vajrayana practitioner, I should be thinking, 100 plus Buddha in making. Or 100 plus gold, or basically, basically, if I am a good tantric master, just like a good gold merchant, remember? 100 kilo of gold, or 100 kilo of gold. Just like that, 100 plus people who have defilements, anger, the desire, the jealousy, hope, fear, all kinds of, you may be stealing, you may be lying, you may be cheating, doesn't matter. You are like the gold. This is one of the tantric, what do you call it, wisdom. Of course, I'm, trying to really simplify as much as possible. So again, Bhutanese culture, yes, perhaps we have a lot of Vajrayana influence, lot of it. And some of them, they have become so embedded in our mind that we have become numb. I was just telling this today to the group. Any day you will be hiding to watch a porn movie, right? Or lock the door and then you watch the pornographic movie or a Playboy magazine or something, no? But you'll go to a temple with all the male deity and the female deity, almost like a pornography, no? But do you even think like a pornography? Instead you say Japsuchi. Right? So You hide the pornography or a Playboy magazine like this, but here you are. So there's that kind of culturally, getting very culturally numbed, I guess. There's a lot of that. And then there's all of symbolism, like Vajras. I don't know, there's a lot. I'm sure if I'm looking at this whole structure, there must be thousands of them. And the names, for instance, how many Dorjes are here? There must be a lot of Dorje here. Can you please raise your hand? No Dorje? You are Dorje? 2. Just 2? Okay. How many Khando are here? No? Okay. How many Pema? Pema. No Pema? Dorje and Pema. You are both Dorje and Pema, is it? Wow. Fantastic. Really good. So, as I said, these Dorje probably, I cannot say Dorje is exclusively Vajrayana language, but because Dorje is basically something indestructible, right? And Padma, a big time Buddhist symbolism, Padma, or the Pema, Padma. Because what it symbolizes is that lotus, Padma, even though it's born in the mud, it's not stained by mud. So it's talking about your mind, your nature of the mind, even though you are within this sort of whole defilement, the nature of the mind is like a lotus, as pure and as, pristine and as stainless as, so on and so forth. So there is a lot of that kind of a cultural. But I think I've already told you many times, we end up getting hijacked by, let's say, the culture. And actually, here I want to take this opportunity. Actually, sometimes the way we also choose to, when we use the culture to hijack the Dharma, we choose that culture as how you like. Okay, I'll give you one example. Probably, I don't know whether this exists anymore. Rashokarmura, maybe you know this. Don't we have this habit of sort of looking down at left-handed people? Yonkom? No? Yonkor? No? Left-handed people. Probably you young people don't know. See? It's probably not really Bhutanese, originated from Bhutanese. I don't know. But, in Vajrayana, in Tantrayana, the left-handed, actually there's even a lineage called left-handed lineage. It's considered very, very important. So on and so forth. Female, woman. Again, now this is something that you need to, since you are a thinker, you are part of the think tank, you need to really pay attention to this one. So, woman, in Vajrayana Buddhism, okay, especially in the Vajrayana Buddhism, woman is very special. They represent wisdom, and in fact, one of the tantric, tantric vow or the tantric discipline. Tantra has like some really major discipline, major vow. And if you break one of this vow, you will violate the tantric practice. And there's like 14 fundamental tantric vow. And then the last one, the 14th, is if you look down at women, physically, verbally, conceptually, you will, break the Vajrayana vow. That's how it is in the Tantra. But do we practice that? I don't think so. Because then we choose to use another culture. We kind of conveniently not use this wisdom as our culture. We should actually, but then we use some other culture. So therefore we have, women can't go to, like protector's room. And in fact, I don't know whether it was here, I'm getting mixed up with all the questions that I'm receiving. Women who have menstrual, situation should not go to the temple. No such thing. But no such thing in the sutras, no such things in the shastras, but culture is so strong, cultural habit is so strong, so many times it really hijacks. Another example I give you. A Buddhist teacher in general, and especially a Vajrayana master, or a Vajrayana teacher. Anyway, the Buddhist teacher, they have to consider themselves as the healer, the doctor, and the teaching as the, medicine, and the student as the one who is ailed, sick. So we need to have, between teacher and the student have to have a very open discussion about their ups and downs, about their habit. It doesn't matter. They have to have this kind of exchange. Is that happening in Bhutan? I don't think so. Because the lamas are always sitting on the high throne. You guys are not even able to look at his eyes. You don't openly talk to them about how you are thinking about having a sex change. You don't think about maybe you have a lesbian tendency or anything like that, because it's a cultural taboo, so on and so forth. So how is doctor ever going to diagnose? Because the doctor is sitting on the throne and the patient is on the floor, and the connection between the doctor and the student is very distant. These are all culture hijacking the wisdom. But it's not going to go away easily, because we ourselves, we feel that we are obliged, and we are also afraid that people will criticize us. This is the sort of the society that we have. I mean, yesterday when I was invited by Dasho, I asked my staff to send me the photo of where I'm sitting, and then they arranged a throne here. And then I sent a message to Dasho saying, if you have a throne or a scarf, I'm not coming. We have to really negotiate like this. I totally have a sympathy with the organizers that they have to do it like this. Otherwise, all those Dzongsa Khyentse Rinpoche fans, they will bomb, they will slash you. Right? You invited Rinpoche to Center for Bhutan Studies, and you didn't even offer a kada? What kind of people are you? You didn't put him in the throne? See, this is how culture hijacks wisdom. What to do? So I guess, and this is what I was telling you earlier. Sometimes we can become so ridiculously obsessive with some of the culture which does not really serve our purpose. Something to think about. You as a thinker, you as a people who are in the think tank, you should really think about this one.